Hey, what's going on social media? Just wanted to touch bases with you all today. It's a Monday afternoon, early afternoon. Sitting up here just reading some stories and some articles about track and field. Some of you know that, I'm pretty big on track and field. Been certified track coach to USA Track and Field since I was 18 years old. So it's almost 20 years. I've done a lot of work in the track and field industry over the years, and pretty big on it, man. And I'm a huge fan. A lot of my friends, on Facebook, social media, from we go back high school and even some from college, where we ran track together. And some of us are, like I said, are coaching. Some are still running. Some are advocates and just huge fans of the sport of track and field, which I believe does not get enough credit that it deserves. But anywho, let me jump right to it. I want to talk about this current season, what's going on right now in the professional realm of track and field, specifically the men's 100 meters. Right now, of course, everyone knows the world record holder Usain Bolt from Jamaica. Has been dominating since 2008. Here we are, 2015, and he hasn't been having a good year this year in 2015, and 2014 was decent. It wasn't the top of his game, but he was decent. Um, but let's put the focus on three other guys. Tyson Gay and Justin Gatlin from the U.S. and Asafa Powell from Jamaica. Those three men have been running phenomenal times this summer. And in fact, they've been consistent over the last 10 years and pushing out, amazing times, being consistent in the times that they're running. Consistently running 990 or faster over the last decade, last 10 years or so. And they've been doing it. As a matter of fact, I believe Asafa Powell is known as has the record for the most sub 10-second 100-meter races. Um, but those same three men have also been busted for illegal drug enhancements. In other words, drugs that are illegal for the sport of track and field that enhances your performance. Um, but they served their time, and all three of them came back, and they're all running great. But for some reason, there's been a lot of hate put on Justin Gatlin and Tyson Gay from the U.S., saying that they're tarnishing the sport. There's not too much hate being put on Asafa Powell. No matter what type of drug enhancements they were using, it still was illegal. No matter what it was illegal. Whether they knew it or not, it was still illegal. There's a lot of hate being put on Gatlin and Gay for their enhancements, and specifically Justin Gatlin, because for Justin Gatlin, he got busted twice, and he's was clear to, he served his time, his suspensions, and he came back, and he's been running pretty consistent since, slowly building back up, I believe, since 2013, late 2013, going into 2014. He's been running pretty consistent. And he's been clean, so they haven't detected anything yet. Now, is that to say that he's still clean? I don't know. But he was given another chance, and unfortunately, people saying he doesn't deserve another chance. But we've all been given that second, third, fourth, and fifth chance in life, from God, from our parents, from family members and friends and coworkers, employers. We've all been given that chance, and second, third, fourth, fifth chance. So hey, give it to him. He deserves it. He served the time. He paid for the crimes, and now he's coming back and he's working hard. All three of them. They Safa Powell from Jamaica and Tyson Gay, Justin Gatlin from the U.S. They've served their time as far as suspensions, and they're working hard, trying to get back in the swing of things, and they're doing an excellent job at doing it. I read an article today, from a website who pretty much dominates in Jamaica, trackalerts.com, and they were saying how this year's World Championships is going to be tarnished because of those three athletes. Uh, and I just was like, but mainly they were focusing on Tyson Gay and Justin Gatlin, not too much focus on Asafa Powell. And they pretty much was putting the hammer down on them, and rightfully so. That's Jamaica. But every country has athletes who have failed drug tests. Every country. It's not just the U.S. It's not just Jamaica. Every country has had athletes that have failed. But those three guys though have been consistent, fail or not. Drugs or not, they've been consistently running 990 or faster over the last 10 plus years. That is, truth be told, that's the truth. But the hate though is being put on us, the U.S., the two guys from the U.S. Well, let's take a look at Usain Bolt, the world record holder, and let's look at consistency and drug enhancements. Now, obviously, Usain Bolt hasn't been found guilty or anything suspended or banned or anything from illegal drugs, and I'm not accusing him from using illegal drugs, but those of you who know me, you know that I'm big on stats as well when it comes to track and field, and I follow it very closely to the T just about. And so I thought about it, I said, let's look at history here. Let's look at history. Okay, 2008, Usain Bolt was about 21 years old, maybe. He set the world record at 100 meters at the 2008 Olympics. He went 9.6 or 9.5, 8, 9.69, some. Let me think, what was that? I think it was a 9.69 in 2008. He ran that time, 9.69. And he was moving, he was moving. But let's look at that finals, at that finals. Matter of fact, we'll come back to that finals in 2008. Let's backtrack 2 years from 2008. Let's go to 2006 when Usain Bolt was 20 years old. In 2006, 2 years before he broke the world record, before he smashed the world record, he didn't just break it, he smashed it. Usain Bolt, his fastest time over 100 meters was not even faster than 10.33 seconds. 10.33 seconds. He didn't even make the top 150 times in the world. He wasn't one of the top 150 sprinters in the world. The top 150 sprinters ran, the slowest of the top 150 ran 10.33 seconds, and it wasn't Asafa Powell. He didn't even make the top 150. A year later, in 2007, 21 years old, his fastest time was 10.03 seconds. Well, that was his fastest time in 2007, and he didn't run anything faster than 10:20 prior to that or after that, 10:03 for the whole 2007 season. Yes, that 10:03 ranked him 12th in the world, but again, prior and after, nowhere near that time. Okay. The following year, 2008, that was his breakout year. Okay, everyone has a breakout year in this sport. I see it all. I've seen it all the time, and he did. But here's the thing: his very first race in 2008. Remember, less than 12 months prior, in July of 2007, his season best and PR, personal record, personal best, was 10.03 seconds. Less than 12 months later, he sets not just a new PR, he sets a new PR in his very first track meet of the 2008 season. Guess what he runs? 9.76 seconds. Yeah. Less than 12 months later. Someone whose personal best was previously 10.03 seconds. And 2 years prior to that, didn't even dip below 10.33 seconds. So, let's backtrack. These other three athletes, Asafa Powell, Justin Gatlin, Tyson Gay, they consistently, drugs or not, they consistently ran under 9.90 seconds. They did, consistently. Now, historically, over the years, for as far back as I can remember, when someone breaks a world record, before they break that world record, they're consistently running close to that world record, consistently, over the course of that season, over the course of 2 years, even some 3 years, consistently running close to that record, and they're striving to get that record. Okay, let's say Carl Lewis, 9.86. He had that record of 9.86 seconds. When Leroy Burrell broke that record and went 9.85, Burrell was running close to that 9.86. He was running 9.90, 9.91, 992, consistently 989, consistent. He was in that field as one of the top sprinters in the world. Okay, and then in the '96 Olympics, Donovan Bailey from Canada, my buddy AJ, one of my best friends from Canada, and Donovan Bailey went 984, '96 Olympics. He was consistently, prior to that, he was consistently running 990s, consistently. Him and Barry Cern, both from Canada, they were consistently running in the 990s. And in the '96 Olympics, on a very fast track, he went 984. Okay? But again, he consistently was close to that time. We can go further back to the 70s and 80s and all those guys that ran back there. Back then, they were consistently running close to the world record. Maurice Green would move it up a little bit in the 2000s. Maurice Green doing the same thing, 97 through 2000. He was consistently in them 9.90 seconds, consistently. Close to the world record, 9.88, 9.89, consistent. Okay? But we move forward, and Usain Bolt, he wasn't consistently running under 10 seconds. Again, his PR was 10.03 seconds in 2007. July 18th to be exact. 2007, he went 10.03 seconds. So July is towards the end of the season. It's not the beginning. It's the end of the season when he PRs and he runs 10.03 seconds. Less than 12 months later, on May 3rd of 2008, he goes 9.76 seconds, his very first meet of the 2008 season. Now, I will say this. In 2008, he consistently kept it under 990. Absolutely. 992 was his slowest time of 2008, consistently. But if you look at if you just look at the races, remember in the Olympics, was it 2008 in the Olympics when he ran, that 100-meter finals. Okay, come on now, people. He went 969 in that 100-meter finals. Watch the race. Go on YouTube, watch the race. He literally jogged the last 40, 50 meters of the race, looking around with his hands raised. Last 40, 50 meters, jogging, looking around with his hands raised, and he crossed the line in 9.69 seconds. 9.69 seconds. Whereas less than 12 months prior, his PR was 10.03 seconds. Look at his body mass from 2007 to 2008. Night and day. Night and day. Now, someone's stride can improve in 12 months. I've seen it happen. His body mass was night and day, though. Night and day. Hey, I'm not accusing the man, but I mean, hey, it's possible that he used, illegal drugs, enhancement drugs, performance drugs. It's very well possible, and he just didn't get caught. Heck, Marion Jones, you saw how long Marion Jones went without getting caught. She finally admitted it and got a lifetime ban. You understand what I'm saying? I can go back. There's Marlene Ottey from Jamaica. There's a few others. I believe Shelly Ann Frazier from Jamaica. Like I said, I mentioned Asafa Powell, but let's stay to the U.S. FloJo, Florence Griffith Joyner. She went 10:49 in '88, and 21:34 in the 200 in '88, and she retired. She called it quits. So they weren't quite really able to determine if she was using illegal drugs or not. The jury's still out on that. Am I accusing her? No. Those were some crazy fast times, and no one has come even close to touching. But she retired after that. She retired and left it alone at the top of her game. They said she was on enhancement drugs. It's possible she was. It's possible she wasn't. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, but the point I'm making here is, don't put the hate on Tyson Gay and Justin Gatlin. I mean, hey, they used it. They confessed to it. They were busted. They confessed after they were busted. They served their time, suspensions, and they're back and they're running great. I think personally Tyson Gay Still has some mechanical work he has to do, but he's getting there, and I think he'll be ready by the time the World Championships come along next month in August in Beijing. Justin Gatlin is running smooth as ever from start to finish. I have not seen a race this year where he did not look like a perfectionist. He just didn't. But like I said, him, Gay, and Asafa Powell from Jamaica, they've been consistently running these types of times or close to it over the last 10 plus years. Suspension or not, drugs or not, they've been doing it. Usain Bolt, nowhere near it. Okay, 10:03.976. 10:03 or 969. And that 969 came at the hands of him jogging the second half of the race, literally. Watch the race on YouTube. You understand what I'm saying? Then when he broke the world record, you know, he ran it all the way. When he broke the world record again, I think the following year, 2009, I think, he ran it all the way through. And that's when he went, what was it, 9.58. 9.58. And I think Tyson Gay took second in that race. And he went like 9.68, 9.69, somewhere around there. But come on. 10:03, 9.76 in less than 12 months. Body mass night and day between those two races in that 10, 11 month time span. It's very well possible he just didn't get caught. Not to mention Jamaica. There's been a lot of pressure and a lot of heat being put on Jamaica this year to get their drug testing policy very strict, up to par to the rest of the countries, because they've been threatened that if they don't get it together by the end of 2015, their 2016 Rio Olympics might be in jeopardy. They haven't always had the greatest drug testing policy in Jamaica, unfortunately. There's a few other countries who are in the same boat. It's not just Jamaica, but we're specifically speaking about an athlete from Jamaica. So, you know, it's very well possible that he got through. He got through and didn't get busted. I'm sorry. It's hard to believe that someone could make that big of a jump when historically it has never happened before. Now, things can happen. Trust me. Like I said, look at the Flojo situation. Historically, what Flojo did had never happened before. The time span, 10:49, 21:34. Those girls weren't running nowhere near that back then. And the closest to it was when Marion Jones went 10:68, I believe, somewhere around there. So let's be real. Let's put personal feelings aside and let's look at the facts. You may not be a track and field fanatic like me, but I studied the sport very well. Like I said, I've coached it for years, and I've seen these guys, man. My friends, Renan Dent, Brian Simpson. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And truth be told, Usain Bolt might be headed downhill. He's been hurt all this season. He hasn't been able to get back to par. And it just so happens to be the same year that Jamaica had to crack down on their drug testing policy. Is the year he's not having a good season. Let the facts speak for itself. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. All right, folks. Listen, I'm out of here. Comment, like, post, whatever. Let me know what you think. I'm interested in getting into conversation, not necessarily trying to debate. I just want to hear what other people think about it. What do you think? All right. Talk to you later. Peace out.